How you guys doing? Better. So much better. I hope everyone's doing good. I'm here for the sign of Pisces. So we are going to dive into that. Before I get started, I do have an EMF detector back there. Now, in previous videos of mine, they were shorts that I've done in the past where I had an EMF detector set up. And because I do experience things from time to time, and it helps me just kind of like have a little clarifier on deck, you know? So, yeah, that's there. Um, if it bothers you, please don't mind it. If not, just feel free to just observe. So I'm gonna get started with, I had 2 candles. Okay, I want to light these 2 candles because these candles I had lit for a while. One is yellow and one is blue. Okay, make sure it won't burn that thing. And the symbolism between the 2 colors whenever they're combined are it symbolizes a connection between clarity and communication, potentially enhancing intuition and fostering positive interactions. So connections between, oh my gosh, that's a big moth on my straw. What is it doing there? Shouldn't it be around the lights? It's pretty. So it symbolizes a connection between clarity and communication, potentially enhancing intuition and fostering positive interactions coming from it. It can also represent clear communication, particularly when seeking guidance like from your ancestors or your spirit guides or loved ones, your heritage, whatever it is that you go to. This can also help you foster a sense of peace and understanding in challenging situations. It offers spiritual guidance, personal growth, and problem solving. So, yep, that's what I have for the candles now that they're almost pretty much gone. But that's what they symbolize. Now, I'm going to go over some things that I did channel for Pisces. It's going to be random. Just take what resonates and leave the rest. What I received earlier was the truth will always come to light, and the light is supposed to set you free. Now, I've never heard that before. I don't even think that that is quoted by someone. If it is, then I guess, well, I'm gonna Google it after this and find out because I'm curious now. Now, another thing I kept hearing were Miranda rights. So somebody could be being told their Miranda rights or know somebody who was recently in a situation where they were read their Miranda rights. Also, I channeled try not to do anything impulsive when it would be better to wait. That kind of reminds me of like making sure you're keeping your side of, hi, thank you, your side of the street clean, you know, like if I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing and my side of the street's clean, I know I haven't evaded anybody or anything like that, then you have no one to not measure up to, but you have no one uh, to answer to. If anybody were to question, you know, why it was that you acted in such way. Another thing that I was getting was elevation, and that's just been going on with the fluent, lingering energy that we've been feeling here lately. I also got avoid conflict. Once again, and I even put in parentheses, keep your side of the street clean. So that whole thing that I was talking about. Also, I heard your spirit guides have a message for you. So maybe through meditation or writing, or just like yesterday's message, one of my channeled message was sit your ass down. I swear it was, and I expressed it yesterday in my live. And so this kind of reminds me of that, where spirit has a message for you, and if you have trouble with connecting with spirit, then they're telling you to sit down, that would help. Now I also heard, it's crazy that I'm getting like a lot of judicial kind of things, but I got money on books, like money on somebody's books, like if they were in jail or something like that. You could know somebody who's in a situation like that, or, oh my god, the moth! Okay. I mean, it's so beautiful, but, okay. So, okay, this was a vision, more so. And it was like, I was in a car, and I was at like an outlet mall, a shopping center, but more like an outlet mall, where they just have like Nike and a whole bunch of different popular shops. And I was like switching, like I wasn't waiting till the end of the lane for all the cars that are parking like in this direction. I was like bobbing and weaving through different lanes because I felt like I couldn't decide. It's like I knew I was going there, but I had to go there too. But I wanted to stop here first, and I just kept going back and forth, back and forth. I couldn't make up my mind. That was a vision that I received. And another vision I got was, I was sitting in, I guess, the middle part of a backseat of a van, and the driver was wearing like, it had to have been one of those brand new white tees, and it had the round neck. You know how you kind of want to show a little bit of, men like to show chest hair or whatever it is that they want to show, like that's what I saw, was that round neck, bright white tee. Another thing, and these are some really weird and random things. I'm doing good. I hope everyone else is doing great. I'm so glad y'all are here. This is exciting. Another thing that, this was a vision, and it was like somebody was folding up these, you know, those metal chairs that kind of collapse together. Well, they were all bright red, and I mean, you can color them that, but if I think about it, I don't think I've ever seen bright red chairs like that, unless it were at like a, you know, like a basketball or football game or something with the chairs on the court or whatever, I don't know, representing the team's color or whatnot. But red was very significant. Now, another visual I had, and it was more like the person was sitting this way and I was sitting like right here. And this person was like leaning back like this with their whole body laid out onto like some rocky sand. Like the sand was there, but the rocks were there too, and it kind of was uncomfortable. And it was weird how I could feel that, but they were laid out in front of either an ocean, a river, a lake, maybe a large body of water. And another thing I recognized was the sun, and right when it gets to the point when it starts to set, you know, the orange colors really start to stand out. Like the pigment in it is very, very, very strong. And that color was just so deep and grounding. I just remember feeling very grounded at that time. So, you know, there's people all over. You guys who live close to the water, maybe, I don't know, somebody you may have turned to the side that you were sitting next to was sitting like that. I don't know. Take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. I also heard Mother Gaia appreciates all efforts at this time. So, I guess just really paying, you know, extra gratitude to her in nature and what it does for us and what it provides for us. Because if we didn't have the trees and all that, we wouldn't have water, and like water is like our bloodline, you know? If people, you know, live off of water, and vampires live off of blood, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that would be our lifeline. Now, okay, so this is gonna be so embarrassing, but I channeled this song and I don't know who sings it, but it goes, when you hear a twin fiddle and a steel guitar, you listen to the sound of the American heart. If you know who it is, tell me who it is. And I'll bring music on a Saturday night, bring a smile to your face, bring a tear to your eye. Sing a song about the heartland, the only place I feel at home. Listen to the words of a good man, works until the daylight's gone. So that's how it went. It's sing a song about the heartland. So that song, I mean, just kept going over and over and over all day. Anyway, another vision I received was I was walking down this hallway, and I was entering another room, and as I was entering this room, I was being gestured to go to the left. And when I like stepped into the entranceway of the other room, I noticed everything was just white. You know, they may have had a couple accents of off-white, but it was all pretty much very, very white. And it ended up being a bathroom. But it was huge, to say the least. So that's all the channeled messages I got. I've been keeping track of the synchronicity in numbers that I've been getting. I'm sure y'all been getting a lot of the same, but I mean, I've been getting them back to back to back to back. I mean, I can't even write all of them because they just happen so often. Now, I did pull some letters for you guys, and then I got whatever these bundle of letters that came out. It ended up being 16 of them, and I put together whatever they said. So whatever they spell out may have something to do with what you're going through or something like that. But we're going to get into the tarot, and the tarot is going to help us understand what all this kind of means. So let's start with the letters that I got. I got Q, L, A, F, double G. So I got G, G, B, M, N, P, D, E, K, E, V, and B. So the words that I was able to get out of these 16 letters, and I'm sure there's just a shit ton more, but this is just what kind of, you know, was like highlighted out to me. The first word was blended. Then I got deplaned. I got pledge, pleaded, enable, endgame, planned, gambled, fangled. I was supposed to look that up, but I forgot. I'm sorry, guys. Peeled, leaped, peddle, begged, fabled, plain, navel. Somebody could be a vegan. Delve, like delving into something. Leave, bleed, blade, pineal. It says pineal, like the pineal gland. Bagel. Somebody might like bagels. Hey, it is what it is. Even, vain, deal. Somebody's name could be Dean. Somebody could, could be deaf. We have feed, deed, fled, flee, bland, the name Glenn, bend, the name Gale, and we have gang. So those were the words that I was able to get out of those 16, which, like I said, I'm pretty sure there's a shit ton more that you can get out of 16 letters. Actually, I know for a fact. But let's go ahead and get the first oh, and what was it about these that I wanted to tell you guys? Well, I guess I'll find it later. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start off with this tarot deck. I wanted to do an oracle to kind of see what's going on. Actually, yes, I'm gonna do this. Okay, what does Pisces need to know at this time? So we have reflection, and it says Dig deeper to discover your hidden self. It says the mirror shows not the whole, but a fraction. The true self lies beneath the surface. And that can sound so like, well, duh, but I know for myself, and I can only speak for myself, that, and this is not my reading, but I can relate to that. Like, I can relate to just, I don't know, sometimes thinking outside of the box, having rose-colored glasses on, so it is what it is. We have Siren Song. It says, listen wisely. Beware the alluring tunes that promise more than they deliver. So I'm getting using your discernment whenever it comes to false promises and things that look too good to be true, I guess you would say. Yep. So reflection and listen wisely. That's all I'm going to pull from there. Okay. I've already shuffled. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune. This represents change. Right here it's saying karma. I mean, it could be your dharma or it could be your karma coming around the cycle, or coming around the mountain, you know. Oh, so right underneath the Wheel of Fortune, we have the Knight of Swords, which can represent your dharma. So this is actually good karma. You could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or you could have that placed somewhere in your charts. So you have good karma coming your way. Where you or someone you know is no longer going to live in poverty, or is starting to, and I feel like I'm talking to somebody who has had a lot of lost opportunities, like, you know, people who have just not noticed the opportunities, like myself. Like, you know, I just wish that there is a beacon on every opportunity so I could just run to it, you know. But it can be a little frustrating. However, I mean, how can you stay frustrated with the universe whenever they're working on your behalf and helping you so much, you know? Plus they have your best interest. So I see that you may have gone through a period of a lack mindset, maybe not, maybe there was times within the month you were living paycheck to paycheck, but then it changed where you had some money saved up and then something happened and then bam, you were living again paycheck to paycheck. Or we can view this as something being a little bit deeper, with the Wheel of Fortune being karma, something coming, something beginning, which is your dharma. You have many new opportunities, and the reason why you have this is because you cut people out of your life. With this Knight of Swords, you cut a lot of people out of your life that were draining you and that were serving you no purpose. And because you are the person that you are, and you're gonna extend that olive branch, you know, you felt it kind of made you feel like insecure for a little bit, um, having to do that, because then it's like, who am I gonna fall back on now? Well, the goal is to learn how to fall back on ourselves, you know? So when you're moving in the right direction and you're learning these lessons step by step, it puts you in a 10 of Pentacles, where wealth, where all you do is bring in, whether you are manifesting it or not. You know, these are those people where, um, you know, let's say we don't have to have all that much, we don't have to have all kind of money, just as long as we have enough money for the kids and we have enough money for us to get by and for us to just go on like a trip or something like that, you know, just to enjoy ourselves and release and stuff like that, you know. Obviously the dynamic of the family is what's gonna be the, you know, is this a good dynamic family, or is this, you know, one with a lot of negative bad habits in it, which all families have negative, the good and the bad. You know, I'm not discriminating on anything, but what I'm saying is this is about you, and this is about the fact that you have paid off your dues, and now it's time for you to reap your reward, because for so long you have been in a place where you have been constantly having to tackle the next freaking thing that comes, and it just seems like it never ends. I can never put 10% in my damn savings account, you know. It can get frustrating, and because you know that you're backpedaling, and you work so hard not to. That's hard to humble yourself and to excuse me. So with your Dharma, I'm seeing that you're getting over these insecurities, which is putting you in a very abundant state. And I see that there's a King of Cups here. Someone who's very supportive, someone who's very in tune with their emotions, their intuition, they're in alignment. I see that this person has been a support for you when it comes to some sort of financial matter. Now, this is, I'm sorry, this would be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So the King of Cups is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And then we have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But heavy on the Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, and the Pisces, Scorpio, what is it? Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I'm dyslexic. I'm saying it backwards. I'm seeing that this person has been supportive, and when it comes to your finances, it's been, and this could be like a financial advisor, a financial friend, a grandparent, whomever, anybody. And this could also resonate in different areas of your life, not just financial. But I'm getting financial with all the pentacles. So I see a King of Cups coming in to support, and they're going to want to collaborate with you when it comes to working with your finances. And right away, judgment is being called. They're calling BS on that shit. They're taking action. They're helping. See all these people down here trying to, hey, look at what these motherfuckers are doing over here. Like, help us. The divine is stepping in and putting a stop to this collaboration with this King of Cups that you may so have been. This person may have, and take man or woman. I really don't read the genders unless I really feel it. But this one, I don't know, there's feminine aspects, but there's definitely masculine. So anyway, this King of Cups is wanting to collaborate with you when it comes to your money. And your ancestors, your team is saying, the hell with that. I don't think so. Let's take action right now. And we have the Queen of Pentacles here. She represents stability, security, stability, kind-hearted. Okay, so this King of Cups and this King of Cups I'm getting is a woman, actually. I'm getting, maybe not, maybe it is a man. I'm sorry, let me see. That's why I don't like to get on the genders. Okay, so we have this King of Cups who wants to collaborate with you in regards to your own Ten of Pentacles, okay? And judgment has been called on that. This is some sort of like family money. This is like inheritances. This is like, and if it's not an inheritance, it's like, you know, your 401k, it's something big, or maybe a loan, I don't know, but somebody in your family, the King of Cups, of course they would be empathetic towards you and supportive because they're your family member, is either collaborating with you or helping you when it comes to something to do with your finances, whether it just be one specific, you know, this loan that I received or whatever, or this mortgage loan, or, you know, she helped sign or whatever. It could be endless amount of things, but there is a collaboration here. There's another hand in your finances that somebody is really fucking around in, and so that's why judgment had to be called. Action needed to be taken so that this would stop. Karma's coming their way, because I mean the first card was karma. And they did this to a Queen of Pentacles. They did this to someone who was very stable, secure in their environment. These people, these family members or family ties or whomever it is, they really had an impact on how you went about making certain decisions, financial decisions in your life. And then we have the Magician and the Five of Wands. That's giving me magic. That's giving me like spell crafting and like dark magic. So the Magician is all about having this skill, knowing exactly, you know, manifestation, making things happen. And then the Five of Wands, which is followed by it, is all about chaos, destruction, upheaval, distress, disruption. And this Magician, their skill is chaos. So someone threw some chaos magic at a Queen of Pentacles, and I'm strongly getting that they threw it maybe at their foundation, like maybe even home. I don't know. I am getting something with home, but this King of Cups was involved with it. And this is why chaos. Somebody's skill. They're very gifted in doing a lot of dark magic, summoning demons, you know, just you name it. Just like, I'm sure y'all have all seen all types of things. Well, people try and bring that into reality, and they fuck around and do. So, it looks like there, with the Three of Wands, there's a need to somebody's wanting to communicate, or somebody's wanting to talk to you about some sort of trauma, Nine of Swords, some sort of it's like they want to find a balance with you, while at the same time they're deceiving you. So it's kind of like, you know, the ones that will steal from you and turn around and say, hey, let me help you find it, you know? It's kind of giving me that energy, but they want to communicate about having some sort of balance when it comes to the trauma that they have caused you. But what they don't understand is, with the Page of Wands, that this trauma has triggered and either an awakening, an up level, an ascension. It whatever it was, it had you broaden your awareness. It had you understanding and seeing things a lot more clearly, okay? And of course, because of this, we have the Hierophant. You had the help of your gods. Who wrote 1987? Is that when you were born? That has to be when somebody was born. That number resonates with me. That's not when I was born, but that number resonates with me. That just took me off guard. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm gonna mind my business. Okay, so they're wanting to communicate with you about this trauma to find that they caused on you. So I'm thinking, since it had something to do with your finances, I'm feeling like somebody really manipulated you and your money. And now you guys, and since y'all are a family, confirmation. Maybe I mean, tough love is definitely required here. To what extent, I don't know. Everybody's situation is going to be different. But I feel like somebody may have even stolen something that wasn't theirs, money-wise, or has, you know, maybe manipulated them to do something with their money where it has put them in not in a good place financially. But while they want to communicate about this trauma, you have already reinvented yourself. You've recreated yourself, and you've already faced the pain that was ensued. It's like so much time has gone by, in a sense, that family or not, the time of being lied to and being betrayed and just taken for granted, and it had where was I going with that? It's like you healed from that. You transmuted it. I mean, we did just go through a massive transformation, and it was all about shedding our old, you know, self-limiting beliefs and thoughts that we have about ourselves that we've developed all the way from childhood, you know. But with the Page of Wands and the Hierophant, I'm getting that you reinvented yourself. You turned something so negative into something positive, and you did it with the help of your spirit tribe, your soul family. I see that Man, there's so many pages. We have the Page of Wands, the Page of Swords, the Page of Pentacles. That is not a coincidence. This is somebody who's very young at heart. But I feel like you're never alone, even whenever you physically feel like you are. You're not. And your team is very proud of the fact that you continue to educate yourself. You continue to make these leaps. That was one of the words that I channeled. Leaps. When it comes to all these prospects, you literally, with the Eight of Cups, went through, because this was painful. So, I mean, you had to dissect it. With the Page of Swords, I'm getting Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, where you had to dissect it, and then you had to reorganize it with the Page of Pentacles, which puts you in an introspection energy, where you were able to recuperate with the fact that your foundation has always still been intact this entire time. That right now, once you get through recuperating through this, I see you just relishing in your achievements, and you know, the things that not so much like achievements through work, but spiritual achievements, like, or good notion achievements, or good putting good energy out there, so receiving good energy back achievements. That's what I'm seeing. I see a King of Wands here, and Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, someone who's very passionate. And then we have the Sun. So okay, I feel like there's a King of Wands who wants to shed some enlightenment, or ultimately would like enlightenment to be shed upon some sort of foundation, or a beginning of a foundation, when it comes to this King of Wands and another, or you, whoever it may be. Because whatever happened between you guys, I'm getting that this person is, with the Ten of Swords, is ready to put this behind. If you think about it, what do we do when we are in the position of the Ten of Swords? Well, each one of those swords are really deeply embedded in us, which are a false narrative of ourselves. And so sometimes people will go their whole lives with all these knives still, just speaking theoretically, whatever. People will go without doing the inner work, or having to face those emotions again to take it out, and it can get heavy, and the feelings can get dark. I see that there's a King of Wands who wants to shed some light on wanting to build a stronger, or start working on a foundation with you, and wanting to put the past behind, for, let's see, we have, yeah, because they want to, Page of Cups, they want to come towards you with loyalty, with honesty, with the Nine of Pentacles. They see you as being loyal and comfortable. Like, they see you as being strong and independent with or without somebody. This Emperor does. But it seems like he is becoming brave with this Strength card, and wants to come towards this Queen of Wands, who's very charismatic. That is also an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius sign. And they want, okay, so I'm seeing that they feel like you're the perfect match. And with Temperance here, they want to heal whatever is unbalanced. And with the Six of Swords is fast movement forward. Justice. When it comes to the truth, the scales being balanced. It looks like somebody's ready to liberate themselves from whatever they've been holding back. Yep, this obsession. They're done with, or you may be done with this. The truth is that you rapidly moved away from this devil energy and this hermit energy, because you had been in hermit mode for too long, okay? Behind this relationship. So I see that this person knows that you're extremely kind. This King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius person is very, very wise. They hold a lot of wisdom. They are bound to structure. And they want to have the Ace of Pentacles with you. They want growth. They want to grow. from this misinterpretation of a conflict. Oh, I don't get myself sometimes. So that you guys can have this Ace of Wands. So y'all can have a new beginning. And another card for new beginning, the Fool. They want change. They're not at a crossroads anymore. You or the other person is not at a crossroads anymore where, am I trying to seek revenge, or am I just scared and don't know what to say? So instead, I'm just gonna grieve about it and be sad, which is giving me a fuck ton of anxiety. Like, I'm not quite sure which direction to go here. But I see you releasing this. It says release. With the Death card, a new beginning. You're releasing. You're like, okay, I'm tired of all these emotions that this has ensued in me and whomever I'm dealing with. So I'm going to take control over the situation when it comes to this deceit, this betrayal, the lies, the false illusions. They want to take control over this. They want to release the grip that they have on maybe what they've done to cause any kind of disruption. And then we have the High Priestess, which is all about hidden knowledge and moving in silence, representing the light and the dark, but having an equal balance. So having control. But here it says inner voice. So also intuitive. So you can want to control this deceitful act that happened in the past by listening to your inner voice and celebrating or excited about the release of these burdens that have been weighing you guys down, and planning. Someone already has a vision. Someone's been planning this, and their intent and their vision was to bring all this chaos to an end. Then we have the Knight of Wands. It says immaturity. I know Knight of Wands, element of fire. Fire can kind of get out of control sometimes. Things can get very heated, and then if you're not careful, you can get scorched. I do know that. Now, I also know that we all have fire in us. So, it's not one to call another out. It's, well, right here it's saying the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Cups. So it just so happens that it looks like you may be partnering up with somebody who has a lot of empathy and an ear to listen. There is okay, so with this Seven of Cups, I feel like there may be feelings of irritation when it comes to this truly coming together. So I see you or the other person possibly taking a step back with the Hangman and being a little bit more patient and being still, like still within yourself, just looking at things from the outside, looking in, because you're really wanting to make some sort of decision quickly. There's something that is motivating you to make a rapid decision about something. And here we have the Lovers, but it also represents decisions. So you're wanting to make a rapid decision. Okay. With the Hangman, you're looking at the Lovers, and you're looking at your independence, the Queen of Swords. And I feel like you're trying to make a decision but then being hopeful at the same time for this transformation. We have the Empress. She looks, it looks like she goes through this transformation through her independence, which she's right at the end of, and she comes out just beautiful, like radiant. She's nourished with divine femininity. And that's the truth. This King of Pentacles is all about his security and his stability. I wouldn't trust this. Well, we have the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. I wouldn't trust this person or these two people. I feel like they're trying to distract you from this Knight of Cups, this wish fulfillment with the Six of Cups, a past, someone from your past, and having a Ten of Cups, coming to a completion, full circle as a family. And somebody is willing to push past this Three of Swords and offer up this Ace of Cups because no matter how hard they try, or no matter who convinces them to do what, they're going to be resilient, and they're going to continue and continue to be there with the Ace of Cups in hand. That's what I'm getting. So, whew, good Lord. That was just like, so, okay, well, let's see what else we got. Okay, what is this one saying? No. I want to do, I have this one, and I want to see what this one has to say. This one, okay, so what does Pisces need to know at this time? Passion. So that's the Lovers, number 6. Number 7, adaptability. Tell me more. We have wisdom. So learning how to become more adaptable to love, or learning what's acceptable. Yeah, explore. There's a need. Let me get another card here. Okay, so this passion is very strong, and there's a need to be able to adapt to these feelings, become aware of them, and allow them to make you wiser. And I'm getting like sexual feeling. It's made you wiser so you can explore. Let me get another one. So you can, dogs, so you can see the red flags coming from a mile away. So what I'm seeing, what I'm picking up here, is that this is some sort of relationship pattern, behavior pattern, or way of believing that certain things can be bypassed, or confirmation, or overlooked, but you're starting to see that, you know, to be with you is a privilege, and so shall it be, because, you know, you need to treat yourself with the self-respect and the self-love that you truly have for yourself. And ultimately, that's going to indicate who it is that, you know, you end up meeting. They're going to end up being on a higher vibration like you. Understanding what? What are we understanding? Understanding the gifts that's been given to us. The gift of love. Do we indulge? Pisces, have you been indulging? Do we indulge in our choices? Yes, that's the gift. Understanding generosity. Indulge in your choices. Your spirit guides are lifting up this huge boulder of just burdens and just craziness, and helping you with all this, which has brought you so much anxiety. And this wisdom keeper is helping you with your intuition and finding harmony. So then we have karma, but if you look at it closely, so this would represent the Wheel of Fortune, which it's either going to reap in your benefit, or which is called dharma, or it's going to have a negative effect like karma. And then the next card, it's crazy because it says, so I'm taking this as dharma, followed because it's following this card that says, be here now. Now, if you really look at this card and wonder what the message is that this dog is in like awestruck. This dog is at a standstill because who he is in the presence of. And if you look to the side, he is in the presence of royalty, of ancient bloodlines. So he is in the here and the now, and whenever you can be more present and more aware, this puts you in a state to where you can be near these forces that have such impact on, that control this world, you know? So yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna stop right there, and then I'm going to pull one of these for you guys. I'm gonna see what comes out for Pisces. Okay, what does Pisces need to hear at this time? We have water of water, transceptive resonance, and this is what it looks like. Give me a few seconds, because I'm not gonna say one. Let me just have a couple seconds to find this, or a minute. That might sound a little bit better. I sound silly. Minute. Water of water. Water of water, where are you? Transceptive resonance. I'm sorry, guys. I found it. I found it. I found it. Oh shit! I almost knocked stuff down. Got a little excited there. Okay. Oh, fuck. Okay. Right here. Transceptive resonance. It says water of water. As the flowing feeling of life meets itself, the sense of self both expands and collapses as divisions come and go. It says dissolving boundaries, transpersonal energies, the interpenetration of one another, and finding common ground. This is a card of connecting through a soul conversation that changes us, revealing our potentials and limitations. It is for a moment the one that has become two, wondering at its origins, knowing there is no end to the journey home. Flowing as a drop in the sea, the drop can lose itself and return again, renewed. Standing before another, a deep layer of our invisible being is completely interpenetrating each other, completely intimate in a very real way. It happens just passing on the street. If you take it further, going closer, the vanishing of individuality can go even deeper. This is the ocean of the other which we long to swim in. It takes courage and respect to enter, and maturity to come back to shore to find ourselves once again. Inquiry: how can I open more to the people in my life? Wow. I mean, it does have kind of like a shape to it. But with that, I'm going to give you some angel cards, angel numbers, and then that's going to be it. Those darn dogs keep on messing up my thing. It's going to end up falling down. Okay, let's see. What do we have? I hope everyone's having a good time. Hey Mark, how's it going? Heartland, George Strait, thank you so much. I knew that's who it was. Oh my gosh, how you been? It's been a while. I'm so glad you found me here. Alright, let's see. What do we have for Pisces? Ooh, at the bottom we have 673, which is fifth dimensional thinking. It says it's time to level up. Your angels want you to level your thinking up to the fifth dimension. You are stuck in mundane struggles and a material world values. Refrain your thoughts, keeping the big picture in view. Connect to your purpose and the valuable lessons you are learning at this very moment. Draw another card with an intention for guidance as to your next steps. Well, I didn't draw this card, but okay, I'll draw a card for it. Okay, what's Pisces' next step? We need to know Pisces' next step. 599, be steadfast. It says, fortify your mindset. Your angels are asking you to reconsider a belief you currently have. The present situation is calling you to change your mind about something in order to align with who you authentically are. Being steadfast and secure in your own intuitive wisdom is necessary right now. Write down what is important to your soul at this time and reflect on how you can stay true to that in the days to come, even as you may shift your beliefs to harmonize with what you hold true within. Okay? So that was the next step is to really hone in on those things that prevent us from being our most authentic self, addressing it, and standing strong in that, you know? Like, nobody should I don't know, I guess lessen themselves for anybody else, you know? All right, tell me more about Pisces. Ooh. Okay, we have 300, divine connection. The mind, body, and spirit unite. Your angels acknowledge that you have an intense connection to the divine right now. The unity of your mind, body, and spirit creates a conduit for spirit messages. Sit in meditation with your hands on your third eye chakra, the center of your forehead right now. I wonder if y'all are doing it. Probably not, but repeat this mantra a few times until it begins to sink in. I trust in my abilities. So they're wanting you to, with your hands on your, sit in meditation with your hands on your third eye. How are you going to put your hands? I guess just a finger, and saying, I trust in my abilities. That's what I'm guessing. Okay, one last one. Oh, you are? Well, I hope some of this resonated for you, the good parts. 855, love abundantly. It says, donate your time. This is a call to action. The love you have in your heart can be shared with those around you. Where can you demonstrate love to someone who doesn't feel any? Your guides want you to donate some time today to a person or an organization that would benefit from the abundance of love you have in your heart. Sign up for a local beach cleanup, reach out to an elderly neighbor, or offer to babysit for someone. Any loving action counts. Nice. Before I close, I wanted to see something real quick. It looks like that you guys are going to be stuck in some sort of like, I feel like you guys are going to be kind of in two minds about bringing about this Ace of Cups, about reviving it. Was it? Oh, I'm so glad. we have the Ace of Cups, and just to clarify it, we have the Two of Cups right after it. So there's going to be some sort of decision when it comes to reviving this unity. There's going to be a choice that's made to persevere and hold remnants of one's composure. The Queen of Swords. I see that this Queen of Swords is going to be withdrawing from temptation, but for my Pisces, I see luck is on your side with the Fool card, which is a fresh start, a new beginning, followed by the Knight of Wands, a force of nature, followed by the Ten of Pentacles, which is accomplishments and a lot of abundance. So it looks like this Empress is looking at the possibility of having loss, feeling loss, or feeling fulfilled. And these feelings are bringing about anxiety when it comes to building some sort of foundation. I feel like it looks like there's going to be some sort of controversy where somebody's going to be defensive about something that was either hidden or something that is being done in the dark. However, I see you having some sort of new idea that doesn't align with your serenity, temperance. This is an inspiration of yours, and it's going to reveal the truth. That was just a little bit of extra for you guys because y'all are extra special. So, okay guys, well, that's all I have for you guys tonight. I just said guys like, I don't know, 4 times. It really is, especially whenever you're walking in it and you are treating everybody else with love and care, and it's like a habit. The more you do it, the more it just becomes like a habit. And if you have kids, you know, they're like little sponges and they watch us like hawks. So, you know, you ultimately want to be your best for them. So, with that being said, oh, beautiful, beautiful. There was a card that I had a beautiful rainbow on, but I don't know where it went. However, I hope everyone has a beautiful night. I will be back on tomorrow. And until then, I hope y'all have a good rest of your early morning, late night. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye.